Many congratulations to you for your new first time manager role that you are likely to achieve. It's a dream for everyone to reach to the first level of management after putting a lot of hard work, performance and consistency in the approach. Well friends, the first time manager role is no more like an IC role or an individual contributor role. In this role, your core responsibility is to take decisions, you have to lead a team, and you also have to deliver results. So it's a very responsible role. And if you are going for an interview, it is very important to understand what is the role expectation of first time manager. Once you understand that, it will be easier for you to attempt any questions in the interview that you are going for. Therefore, in this video, what you are going to learn about is that what is the role of a first time manager, how it is different from an individual contributor, and what the top management or the leadership team is expecting from you in this role. My name is Arun Thukral. I'm a leadership coach and I look forward to participation from you in learning a lot in this video from the potential questions and the potential answers and what kind of competencies that the management team is looking forward, not just for this interview alone, but later on also if you get selected and if you step into that role, what all you need to exhibit in your day-to-day work. It's going to be a great help in this video. And also don't forget to like and subscribe this channel. Let's get into and learn some of the very important components of first time manager interview questions. Let's understand the first part, that how does management level interviews are different from the IC level interviews. Well, at the management level, it's a responsible position. 1, you have to lead the team. 2, you have to take decisions. 3, you have to deliver results. And most importantly, you have to ensure that you have to reflect a very positive attitude. Whereas when you are in an IC role, your core role is to deliver what has been told to you with respect to your targets, with respect to your KRAs, and whatever, that is limited only up to you. Now, the biggest challenge for a lot of people when they are transitioning from the IC, that is individual contributor, to a people manager role is they continue to remain in their IC mode. It's no more an individual contributor now. It is all about that you are responsible for 4, 5, 6, 7 or 10 people who are going to work with you, which means understanding their motivations, understanding their drives, understanding what are their challenges, understanding their competencies, understanding everything about human resource, and secondly, how you are going to manage your time. All these things now will become very important rather than how technically superior you are. So when you are preparing for a people manager or a first time manager role, these components you have to keep broadly in your mind. Nobody is going to select you based on your individual brilliance, but people are going to select you how you are going to manage and lead teams to deliver results. So this is the biggest differentiation between a management level interview and an IC level interview. In the next part, I'm going to tell you what are the competencies that are relevant to this role that they are going to evaluate. Now let's understand what are the qualities that the hiring team or the management team is looking into the first time managers. Every role has got some predefined qualities, competencies or behaviors that are getting evaluated from the questions that are put across to you. So let's understand some of the most frequent qualities or competencies that every management role person must have. Number 1 is leadership skills. Under leadership skills, what they are primarily looking out is how you are able to inspire your team, how you are going to motivate your team, how you are going to lead your team. These are very important categories that they would like to check. Number 2, they would like to also understand what are your problem solving skills, because in this role you are going to get a lot of challenges from people coming to you and saying that I'm stuck in this, I don't know how to do it, I don't know what to do with the customer situation, I don't know, I'm stuck. Many problems people will come to you. how good you are in problem solving skills. Number 3, they would like to also know and understand how is your emotional intelligence. Now, what is emotional intelligence is that how do you look people, how do you care about people, and whether in certain situations where things are not in your control, do you become explosive? Do you become impulsive? These are the traits they will try to check from emotional intelligence. The next competency could be delegation skills. When people are transitioning from an IC role to a first time manager role, as I said earlier, they are very hell bent on that I can do everything. Well, that's not the criteria. The criteria is that now, do you know how to delegate the task? Which task to be delegated and why you should delegate the task? These things will be seen very, very closely by the hiring manager. Another very, very important quality out of all these qualities that will be seen and measured will be your communication skills. How well you articulate your message, how good you are a listener, how curious you are in asking questions. Now, whatever all that I'm telling these capabilities, they will come under the questions they are going to ask you. They will not ask you, okay, what is leadership means? They will not ask you what is delegation, but they will ask you certain questions in terms of examples that you have to tell that how you have exhibited those qualities, and basis that you know the competency very, very well, and they will give you scores. So on a leadership skills, on delegation skills, communication skills, they will rate you out of 10, and that will matter the way you are giving examples. In the next part, I will tell you first of all what is a technique to answer any questions and what they are really looking at. The technique to handle any interview, I have told this even in my earlier videos, is to use the STAR method. But more importantly, you have to understand that why you have to use the STAR method. Because in these kind of interviews, these are called competency based interviews, which means they want to see that whether you exhibit these competencies or not. And in order to understand that, they are going to ask about your past. That means why you did something and how you did something. Now, basis that past, they will understand that whether you will be able to exhibit the same competencies when those situations, those kind of scenarios will build in future. Therefore, giving examples based on the questions will help you to narrate about your past. Say for example, how did you motivate your team? Look at the question is coming in the past tense. How did you motivate your team? So you have to now give an example. What did you do to ensure that your team was motivated and they were charged enough to achieve whatever objective that was? So they are very less likely to ask you futuristic question. They may have few questions in futuristic form. Could be, tell me if we select you, what will be your 30, 60 and 90 days plan? How would you, they will paint a case scenario that, okay, if I hire you and let's say there is a business situation that customers are very unhappy with us, what will be your 1 or 2, 3 steps to handle those situations? But these questions would be very less. Most of the questions are going to be from the past. This is what we are going to learn next. What could be the potential questions and what you need to answer. But this basic understanding is very, very important before jumping into what is the question and what is the answer. I hope that makes sense to you. If you're finding this content useful, please share your comment below. That will also motivate me. Let's take question number 1. What do you think is the core role of a manager? Well, to answer something like this, first of all, you have to think about the team, not about you. So think about it, that how you are going to help the team and get the best out of them. So answer something like this. Number 1, fostering good relationship with my team. Number 2, taking feedback and giving feedback so that there is a progress in their overall development and achievement of goals. Number 3, setting goals and objectives for the team so that they can achieve the overall organizational objective. Number 4, solving or managing conflicts whenever you observe them happening around you. Number 5, bridging gaps between the management and the team that you have so that there is a cohesiveness and togetherness of the team together. Could be next that understanding the strengths of my team, knowing them better so that we gel together as a team in achieving the overall objectives. This is the core role of a manager. And that is why the core role of a manager, you can sum it up by saying, is to develop more leaders. How I can transform my skills to them so that they become more efficient and I can delegate tasks to them so that they can achieve a challenging work always ahead of them. Something like this will really put that very clearly that you know what is the role of a manager. Describe a time when you led by example. Well, the role of a leader is not to give orders or directions to people always, but in situations which are tough, demanding, and need of the hour, the leader has to step up and take the lead. Now, think about some of the very potential situations or examples when you had to take that step and led by example. So, giving one example so that you can think of how to respond to this question by applying the STAR model. So, number 1, the situation was that as a team, we were struggling to achieve a very important objective for one of our product and the targets were not getting met. After a lot of brainstorming, we realized and understood that there were around 10% of the topmost customers, they were not using our product. Then we realized the challenge was that why they were not using our product, because they were not convinced about our product. And why they were not convinced? Because our people were not able to deliver the right message and they were not able to articulate the benefits of the product that the customer can move from generation 1 to the generation 2 level. This is the time when I had to lead by example by going upfront to those customers, leading those calls, taking those along with my people one by one to those customers by showing them that how you can convince the customer on the benefits of the product, the price of the product, or the long-term usage benefits and saving cost. Those actions, those activities over a period of 3 months helped my team to gain confidence on how to manage the top-end customers. It not only brought results from those customers where I went, but more importantly, it boosted the confidence of my teammates that if they come across any situation like this, they can handle it. It gave them motivation, it gave them full of confidence, and in the end, I was also very happy because after 3 months of rigorous work, our numbers started to move up in that product segment. Now think about it and correlate with your situation where you can apply this. Now let's take a tricky question. Tell me about a time when you had to take a difficult decision. Now this is a very pertinent question from a management standpoint because the hiring team wants to see that what are your decision making skills, what kind of thought process you have when you arrive at a decision, what methods that you use, and particularly they use the word difficult decisions. That means you have to take a choice between 2 options. And what do you do in that situation is what they want to know. So let's take an example. I went for a project with a different and a new client recently, and I spent around 8 months of time and I did the project successfully. The client was so happy with the project that they offered me double the salary and a higher role in their organization. It was a very tempting offer for me and I was in double minds. What should I do? Should I stay with my organization or should I take the offer immediately and can join them? Well, after a deep thought, I realized that at my current role, my current organization has put in a lot of confidence and investment on me, and I have a lot of unfinished tasks and business that I have to showcase my results. So I decided to decline that offer and stay with the company. I went back to my manager. I informed him that this is the status, but I would be happy to work with you for a long period of time so that I can grow under your guidance. This one step changed the whole dynamic for me for the next 3 years because not just my manager was highly impressed about my loyalty and commitment towards him and the organization, but the entire organization took me as a lead example, as an employee of the year, that how I have contributed positively to the organization, and my next promotion happened within a year or so. Now think about an example like this that can really showcase a tough decision that you had to take. So think about the pros, the cons, and look at the long-term objective before taking any decision. Now this is one very important management skill that one has to develop. Now let's take one of the very favorite and a very common question. Why do you want to be a manager? Well, this question is asked based on whatever questions that we have discussed so far, and it's a sum total of everything. So you can answer something like this. I want to be a manager because I love challenges. I thrive on challenges. I know how to get the best out of people so that I can unleash their potential in help in achieving the overall objective. At the same time, I really love and believe in coaching and mentoring people, business, and that gives me a lot of personal satisfaction. This role also gives me a variety to work upon, going to different places, networking with different kind of people, helping people to achieve those objectives and have variety of experience. I am not a person who wants to be at one place one time. I want to be a person who wants to be amongst people to bring business, to make bigger goals, to make and achieve higher objectives. That is what is my drive, that is what is my motivation, and that's why I want to appear for a management level position. An answer like this can really clearly talk about, if you remember and recollect the first part, that what are the core qualities of a manager. That means leading, inspiring team, delegating team, doing interpersonal communication, empathy, emotional balance, empathy, as I said, and more so, what is very important is your problem solving skills. All these things are summing up together in ensuring that you are the right fit for this role. Well, if I have to sum this up completely, I would highly recommend that when you are going for a people management role, one thing is very clear. It's not about that who you are in your brilliance, in your technical skills or in your functional skills. It's all about people. How do you look at people? How do you look at different business situations? How do you motivate them? How do you get the best out of them is what going to decide that whether you will be a future leader for the organization or you are just slow, one corner person and you don't want to go out. If that is the case, you might miss out this opportunity. But look at these factors that I just mentioned about problem solving skills, business development skills, leading people with a lot of inspiration and motivation by developing them, by coaching them, by giving them in solving their problems can make you an excellent manager. I hope this video would have given you a lot of insights. Do watch and share your thoughts below and let me know what topic interests you in future. I'll make more videos on that. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching me.